Good morning and welcome to your practice. Welcome to your yoga mat. My name is Nicole. This is an intro to yoga. Good morning. I see a couple people joining. Please feel free to get comfortable on your mats. Let's begin an extended child's pose. So really just bowing down to begin, really placing the head below the heart and the heart below the hips. So bringing your big toes to touch and your knees to open as wide as is comfortable. If you have a block as a prop, you could use it for support under your body. Otherwise, you're just going to walk your hands forward and extend that lower back, reaching the tailbone towards your heels. As you reach your fingers shoulder width distance apart towards the top of the mat, placing your forehead down. If your head does not comfortably hit the ground, you can double stack your fists, use them as a prop, or again, use your block. I want you to begin here by just taking a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through your mouth. Again, inhale and exhale out of your mouth. Just taking a moment to observe your state of mind, your physical body. Just noticing whatever is present for you right here, right now. As you draw yourself inward towards the breath, as you begin to focus on this breath coming in through the nose and out through the mouth. You allow all of those thoughts and things and activities that may have been done or need to be done to really take a back seat. They're going to take a back seat to the attention to the breath, your pranayama. This is a very foundational point of your yoga practice, is your breath. So one more, in through the nose. Exhaling the air all of the way out through your mouth until there's nothing left to exhale. Again, inhaling through the nose. This time you're going to try to seal the lips if it's comfortable and exhale through the nose. This will be the breath that you want to try to focus and draw your awareness back to throughout this entire practice, is the inhale through the nose and the exhale through the nose. This is going to create heat in your body. And so if at any time you need to take a break from it and exhale through the mouth, that's okay. This is a practice of listening to what you need right here, right now. On your next inhale, can you shift forward onto all fours, tabletop position, spreading your fingers open wide. Shimmy your hips from left to right, making sure that those knees are directly under the hips, maybe walking them closer to your hands than you think. Come to neutral, and then as you inhale, you're gonna lift up your chest and tailbone, drop the belly for cat-cow. As you exhale, you're gonna curl, tucking your chin into the chest, pushing your hands into the mat. Inhale, rising up through the tailbone and the head. So doing whatever feels good here to really find motion through the spine. That might mean shifting forward and back or left and right. See if you can find some fluidity with your breath, meaning the whole inhale takes the length of your lifting, and then the whole exhale is connected to the curling. One more, each direction. Good. Coming back on, come onto your fingertips for a moment and then tuck your toes underneath and shift your hips back so that way you've got a toe stretch happening. As you do that, you're gonna find some wrist circles through the wrists. So 3 times in each direction. If you need to shift forward to take the weight off the toes, you can. And as you're done with those wrist circles, go ahead and sorry, I muted myself there. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale the air all of the way out. Pedal your feet out in your down dog. So making sure that you're stretching one leg. As you reach the heel down, you lift up on the toes. Maybe even coming onto both tippy toes. And then reaching the heels down, bending those knees a lot so you can get the hips high, and finding that upside down V. So look up towards your palms and make sure that your hands are spread open wide and every part of them is pressing down. You're pushing the earth away from you. There's a slight bend in your elbows. You could look left or right for a moment, release the neck, and then allow your gaze to go right in between your knees. One more deep breath here. Exhale it out. Inhale, gaze in between your hands. Keep your stomach pulled in as you walk your toes up to meet your wrists for Ragdoll. So feet stay hip width distance apart. Bend those knees a lot. Let the head drop down. Grab opposite elbows, maybe taking a breath to extend the spine, and then exhale, fold. Everything is hanging forward. In through the nose, out through the nose. Last one, inhale. And exhale, dropping those hands down. Heel toe your feet together to touch. And then come up one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slowly, you're stacking your body. So your feet are your foundation, then your ankles, your knees, your hips. Engage the stomach, zip up, rolling the shoulders up to your ears and down and back. You can do that a couple times if you'd like. Finding some mobility in those shoulders, maybe even going the other direction. Remember that this practice is for you, and so you should modify in the ways that serve your body today. Every pose is about finding a space of challenge. Even this Tadasana, you're challenging yourself to root down and to rise up, to keep everything active. But it shouldn't be painful. There's a point where you're breathing through it. Attention on breath as you inhale and exhale. We're going to add another layer. So you've got the breath as the foundation, and we're going to set an intention, something to ride in and out on that breath. the prana that's going to come and go. So I invite you to gently inhale your hands to meet at heart center. Pressing your palms up against one another, thumbs resting onto your chest. You're welcome to close your eyes if you'd like. Just tuning inward into your heart center. Imagine if you had a gift there for yourself, the deepest wisdom within you offered you a gift, an intention that would be yours for today to focus on for this practice. That intention can be light, it can be love, it can be presence, it can be whatever you'd like it to be, peace. But it's important to identify that for yourself. Taking a breath in through your nose. Imagine that intention coming in and filling up every single cell in your body. As you exhale, you release anything no longer serving you, and out rides the intention to be shared. Inhale. And exhale. Hands come to your sides. Bhandas are engaged. Inhale, upward salute, eyes open, gaze goes up towards the hands. Exhale, forward fold. Pull the belly in as you hinge forward, dropping the head all the way down. And then inhale, halfway lift. Hold your halfway lift and make sure you have two straight lines. Whether your hands are on a block, the ground, your shins, or your thighs, you want to make sure that you're extending through the lower back, extending through the mid and neck as well. Stomach is engaged, gaze or drishti is at the ground. Inhale and exhale, fold it down. Inhale, rise all the way up, one breath, straight spine, hands meet at the top, and exhale, Tadasana. Again, inhale, upward salute, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Let the breath lead you. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands come to your sides, Tadasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. So sit those hips back. Make sure that your knees are behind the toes. So you're really sitting like there's a chair way back there. And then as you feel sturdy, you can lift the hands up towards the sky. Arms are welcome to stay open, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Your gaze or your drishti can be at the ground, straight forward, or up. But choose a drishti, choose a focus point that's one of those three, and try to use that in most of your poses. Breathing in and breathing out. Perhaps if your intention is grounding, it will always be at the ground. Inhale and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms and step back to the top of a push-up or high plank. Let's activate the stomach here. Really just holding for a few breaths. Extending through the neck, the top of the head. Can you place your right knee under your right hip? Your right hand stays right where it's at as you open for an easy side plank. You're gonna roll the left foot flat, left hand comes to the sky. Breathe in, feel the hip opening, feel the chest opening. Breathe out. Can you extend the left hand up and over your head, finding a supported side plank? We're gonna take 3 easy crunches here. So this is gonna take balance and concentration. Your gaze can go at the ground for additional balance. Take an inhale, and then exhale. Bring your elbow to meet your knee, crunching up, and then inhale, extends back out. Exhale, crunch, elbow to knee. Inhale out, and last one, crunching elbow to knee, reaching open, and then plant the left hand. Left knee comes back underneath. Inhale, cat-cow, 1 time up. And exhale, curling. Left hand stays right where it's at. You come back to center. Left knee stays where it's at. This time you take the right foot, align it with the left for a supported side plank. You can start with your hand on the hip, rotate that hip open, press the heel down, and then right hand goes up to the sky. Breathe. Don't think about what's next. Just press through that right foot and feel the stomach holding you here. It's nice and strong. Take a breath in. Exhale, right hand goes up and over the head for extended, supported side plank. Take an inhale. And then exhale, crunch, elbow to knee. Change your drishti to the ground if you need additional balance. Extending out, exhale, crunches. Inhale, reach out. Last one, exhale, crunch. Reaching out, finding your extended side plank, and then right hand comes down, right knee comes down. 1 cat-cow. If you want to flip the wrist for a moment first, you can. Coming back to a neutral spine after your exhale. And then tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, your right foot goes high to the sky. Stack your right hip, bend the right knee, rotate 3 times through that hip joint. Like you're drawing circles with the knee. And then the other direction. And then 3-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You're strong, you can do it. Inhale, left foot high to the sky. Stack the hip, bend the knee, 3 circles. Rotate through that hip joint, creating that extra lubrication for the hip, the synovial fluid. Inhale, left foot high. Exhale it down. Knees come to the mat. Traditional child's pose. Knees are close. Hands come to your sides, palm face up. Forehead to the mat. Walk your hands towards your toes. Try to get those shoulders away from your ears. And then let them relax down. Notice your face and your jaw, relaxing those muscles if you need to. And when you're ready, there's no rush. You can take your time here and breathe for 5 breaths, or you can go into your downward facing dog for 5 breaths. Adho Mukha Svanasana. In through the nose and out through the nose, wherever you're at. Okay. If you're not there yet, make your way to your downward facing dog. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, shift forward into a high plank. Keep that stomach strong as you exhale down, Chaturanga Dandasana. You only want to go halfway. You don't want to go all the way down. You stop halfway and then you flip your feet. You can let the knees come down for your upward facing dog. Pressing into the palms, keeping the elbows into the body. As you're ready, exhale, tuck those toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot goes high to the sky. Exhale, step it through, crescent lunge. Placing the front ankle under the knee, keeping your back toes on the mat. Press that back heel down for balance, like as in it's reaching for the back wall. Hips are squared with one another. Stomach is engaged, hands come from heart center, and then up. Keeping that drishti or focus point as you breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, option to look up towards your hands, and exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, hinge your body forward, and exhale, clasp the left elbow outside of the right knee. If you need to go to that back left knee for support, you can. Otherwise, the twist begins at the stomach and the lower back, and then goes to the chest, shoulders, and neck. Your gaze may go back towards the back of the room, dropping that right shoulder down, and breathing. Good. Gently untwisting, placing the hands on each side of the foot. Step it back, kicking into a three-legged dog, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, left foot goes high to the sky. Exhale, step it through, crescent lunge. Aligning the front ankle and knee, keeping that back leg strong. Make sure the hips are square, stomach is engaged. The hands are an extension of the heart as you lift them up. So you know you have your breath as number one. The intention is riding in and out on the breath. Number two, you've got your focus point where your eyes are going in every pose. Number three, and then these bhandas, so zipping up from the pelvic floor and then stomach to spine in every pose. It's drawing that energy up. Inhale, option to look towards your hands. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, hinge your body forward. And then exhale, clasp the right elbow outside of the left knee. If you modified on the other side, modify here. Otherwise, start at the lower back and then the stomach and then chest. Dropping the shoulders down, turning the chin last. Keep that stomach engaged for balance and breathe. Inhale and exhale, gently untwist. Place your hands on each side of the foot. Stepping it back for three-legged dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Shifting forward into a high plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. Your call, 5 breaths. At least. In through the nose and out through the nose. Breath in and exhale it out. So from your downward facing dog, can you inhale three-legged dog? Your right foot goes high to the sky. And then exhale, stepping it through for crescent lunge, just like you did before. Taking a breath and coming up, making sure you set the foundation from your feet. Inhale, option to look up towards your hands. And then exhale, spin that left foot down, open into warrior two. So that might mean that you heel toe that left foot away from you a couple strides. You have alignment, so one straight line from the ankle to the knee and one straight line from hip to hip. They're open from the sidewall. That front heel is aligned with the arch of the back foot. Your arms are extending open actively, and your chin and gaze goes over that front middle finger. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, flip your front hand and reverse your warrior. Reaching your right hand up towards the sky. Left hand goes down the back leg or around the side body. Keep breathing deep. Remember your intention. As you exhale, right elbow can come to the knee or you can float it for side angle. Left hand is high towards the sky. Press through the outside edge of the left foot. Rotate the left hip open. And then go left palm up and over your head. Extending the whole side body and opening your chest up towards the sky. Inhale, rising on up, warrior two, one breath. Inhale, and then exhale. When wheel your hands down, plant the palms, step it back. Optional vinyasa, you don't have to do it. If you do, connect the breath with the motion. From your downward facing dog, inhale, your left foot goes high to the sky. Exhale, step it through, crescent lunge. Anjaneyasana. You're on those back toes. Front knee and ankle are aligned. Take a breath in, option to look up towards your hands. And exhale, open up, warrior two. Right foot goes heel toe away from you so that way you have alignment. Pressing through the outside edge of that back foot. It's like it's lined up with the back wall. Arch is lifting, it's lined up with the front heel. Engage the belly. Turn your chin and gaze over that front middle finger. Inhale and exhale. Flip your front hand and reverse your warrior as you inhale, lunging deep and lifting up out of that left hip. Right hand slides down the back leg or the bind, whatever you did on the other side. Inhale and exhale, side angle. Left elbow comes to the knee or float it, whatever you did. Right hand's up to the sky. Press towards the outside edge of the right foot. Right hip rolls open and then palm face down. Right hand goes towards the top of the mat for extended side angle. Breathing here. Inhale, coming up, warrior two, one breath. In through the nose. And exhale, hands come down, plant the palms, step it back. Optional vinyasa. Exhale, lowers down, chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good work. Inhale, gaze in between your hands. Walk, step, or jump through to have a seat. And find boat pose, so don't wait too long. You can move the flesh out of the way of the sit bones if you want. Grabbing your hands behind the thighs and lifting the toes up. Press through the pads of the feet. Lift your toes back towards your face. Try to straighten the legs and keep your chest high. And then release one hand and the other hand. Maybe you have to keep pulling them in and up to keep that back spine nice and tall. Wherever you're at, it's fine, just breathe. Your gaze is in between those big toes. Good, lower down halfway. And all the way to the mat. Hands extend up over your head. You can let out a sigh if you want. Get a drink if you need it. Otherwise, we've got one more core activity. And that's because it was so good to a couple of you last week. So we're going to go with eagle crunches. So let's start with the right leg over the left. Squeeze the legs together, and if you can wrap the foot around the calf, do that. And then right arm under left. If you can press the palms together, do that. The idea of eagle pose is that you're squeezing everything. It's like a tourniquet effect. You're going to inhale, reach the hands over your head, legs away from you, keeping them crossed. And then exhale, crunch. Elbow to knee. Blow all the air out. Inhale, come up and over. And exhale, blowing all the air out, keeping everything squeezing as you bring the elbows and knees in. We've only got 3 more. Keep squeezing everything, even on the inhale. Last one. Good work. Slowly untwist. Drop your knees from left to right. Oh. And then let's switch sides. Oh, I just got a major adjustment. I hope you did too. Cross left leg over right. Squeeze, clasp if you can. Left arm under right. Squeeze. Inhale, away from you, over. And exhale, crunching in. Keep squeezing. Inhale. Exhale. Keep squeezing. Two more. You should feel the burn. Keep squeezing. Last one. Gently untwist. Once again, dropping knees from left to right. Good job. Pulling the legs in. Give yourself a big squeeze. Massage that lower back on the ground. And then rock and roll 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Coming up into a comfortable seated position. You can extend your legs forward for Dandasana. Move the flesh out of the way of your sit bones. Draw the stomach in, hands come to your sides. Activate your feet, pull the toes towards your knees, so much so that the heels are lifting up off the mat. Draw your shoulders back so that way they're neither forward or over accentuated back. They're right at the center. Stomach's engaged. Inhale, hands come high. Holding them over your head for 3 breaths. Keep everything engaged. Exhale, fold over those legs. Find some place to grab. Maybe shimmy the hips back as you inhale. Lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, fold. Keep actively pulling your toes back towards your face. Keep your stomach pulled in. And pull the heart towards the toes. So it's like you're drawing those two together. Notice what comes up. It's an opportunity to practice svadhyaya. So that's self-observation without judgment. Just noticing what's present in your mind or body. Inhale will rise you up. We're going to go into Janu Shavasana. Left leg is straight, right leg comes in. Bend the knee and put the foot right on the inside of the thigh. Keep that left foot activated. You're going to have to slightly twist over that left leg as you inhale. Open the hands to the sky. And then exhale, folding over that left foot. Perhaps your right hand will grab the outside edge of the right foot or right leg. Keep the stomach pulled in as you fold here. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Inhale will rise you back up. And exhale, right leg goes straight. We're going to switch sides as the left foot comes in. Bring it as close up into the groin as you can. The pad of the foot's on the inside of the thigh. Right leg is flexed. Right toes are flexed. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, hinging forward, pulling your belly in. Exhale, dropping it all down. Inhale, rising on up. And exhale. This time bring both legs in for Supta Baddha Konasana. No, not Supta. We're going to stay seated actually. So not reclining, but Baddha Konasana. Take your hands and interlace them around the toes and try to get the heels as close up to your groin as you can. And then imagine you're going to pop your chest up through the shoulders. You're going to pull those shoulders back, chest pops open. Drop the shoulders away from the ears and lengthen the back of the neck nice and tall. Find your drishti forward and just allow those knees to open wide as you breathe. Can you try to keep the positioning of your shoulders behind the chest? So keep that chest popping forward and just try to drop the body down. Maybe the elbows press the outsides of the knees. Don't curl the back. Keep that chest nice and tall. Nice. Gently lifting up. Extend the legs straight in front of you. And lower yourself down onto your mat, one vertebrae at a time. To get onto the mat, just pull your legs in, give yourself a big squeeze. Rock from left to right. Good. And then from laying on your back, can you open the knees wide, keep your hands on the knees, and then pull them to the outer edges of your body. Like, so open them, open them, open them, and then find the outside edges of your feet for happy baby. Just opening them wide first, and then pull the weight of your hands down onto the knees coming towards the ground on the outside edge of you. Take deep breaths here. Gently bringing the knees together, and then feet flat on the mat, hip width distance apart. Hands come to your sides. If you have a block for supported bridge, that'd be really lovely. But if you don't, or even like a rolled up mat, if you don't, that's okay. You'll just go for supported bridge. So you'll go for simple, easy bridge. You'll simply curl from the pelvic floor up. Keep those hands pressing into the ground. As your chin lifts away from the chest, your gaze goes up, and you'll hold here. If you have that block to slide underneath your lower sacrum, then it's nice because you can relax the body down and really feel that pelvic floor lifting up, or feel the hips and sacrum pushing up. Wherever you're at, deep breaths. And remember, you're reversing the blood flow here. So ladies, if you're on your moon, these inversions where you reverse the blood flow, you don't want to do that on your moon. So you just modify as necessary if that's the case. When you're finished, there's no rush, okay? You can stay there, but for those of you in the simple bridge, that might be enough. For those of you that are supported, you can stay there longer. When you come down, just gently allow that lower back to rest on the mat. You can open the feet wide, wider than the knees, and then drop both knees down to the left side. Keeping the feet wide, you should feel a stretch on the outside edge of the right hip. I like to just place my hands on my stomach, but you could also tee them open. It's up to you. Take 2 more deep breaths here. So in through the nose, and if you feel it in your groin or your hip, try to draw the breath down there into that space. And then as you exhale, you release that tension up and out. 1 more inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lifting both knees up to center, keeping those feet wide, and then dropping the knees over to the right. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Good, gently pulling both knees back to center, walking the feet in, and give yourself a big hug, going from left to right. Can you keep your right leg in and extend your left leg down towards the mat for supine twist? Pulling the right leg in and then gently crossing it across the body over to the left. Keep your right elbow on the mat directly out from your shoulder. Lengthen the back of your neck and then turn your chin towards the right. Really important to not overdo this pose, but to do it regularly. Like this is one that you could do laying in bed at the end of the day or sitting in a chair. Just these simple twists are really important. But if we overextend on them, then they can not feel good. So listen to your body. Gently pulling both legs in. Keeping the left leg in, right leg goes down towards the mat. Inhale it close and then exhale it across. Elbow is directly in line with the shoulder. Lengthen the back of the neck and then turn your chin towards the left. Deep breaths. One more, in through the nose, out through the nose, and then inhale, come back to center. Squeeze both legs in. Final pose, if you're not on your cycle, you can go into plow pose. If you have no neck injuries, you can go into plow pose. But if you have either of those things going on, you're welcome to go straight into Shavasana or to simply do legs up the wall where your feet are above your hips and you have, reverse blood flow. You're draining out the lymph nodes in your legs and lower body. If you would like to go into plow, you're going to pop your hips up, drawing your hands to your lower belly, your lower back, zipping up your lower belly, pressing your feet up towards the sky. Try to stack those hips up and over your shoulders. Gaze is at the sky. As you're ready, you're going to hinge the hips. Let the feet drop over your head, keeping the stomach pulled in. Breathe. If that feels good, you can go for ear pin pose, dropping the knees around the ears. When you're ready to come out of it, you come out of it the same way you went in. Feet go up and overhead. Support the lower back as you draw them down to the ground. Perhaps reaching your arms up over, stretching, and then pulling yourself into one final hug, embrace, engagement of all of the muscles. Remember your intention as you squeeze everything in, and then you can release into Shavasana, final resting pose. So if you have a blanket or a towel nearby, you can cover your eyes, move things out of the way so that way you can take up room. Let your feet open wide, your hands open wide, and then once they're all in place, you've got that comfort, you can release any holding of the muscles, any control of the breath that you might still have. Just let that all go. As you enter into this space of simply getting to bathe and soak in the space that you have created, in the flow of energy and happy hormones and all of these other things throughout your body. As your intention is emanating through you, around you, and in every single cell of your body. This is Shavasana. Very gently inviting a breath in and very gently allowing the breath to flow out. If you're ready to, you can start to awaken the body, wiggling your fingers and your toes. If you'd like to stay in Shavasana longer, you can. Reach your arms up over your head, bending your knees, rolling onto your right side, coming into a fetal position. Using your right arm as a pillow, double stacking your knees. As you're ready, push yourself up using your hands to come into a comfortable seated position. Sukhasana. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed if you'd like. Remember the intention you set with great gratitude. I invite you to gently inhale your hands to meet at heart center, holding that intention right in between. Take a breath in through your nose and exhale the air out through your mouth. We'll end with the sound of Om. You're welcome to join if you'd like. Inhaling to prepare. Gently tucking your chin to your chest, honoring the love and the light within yourself. I too honor the love and the light within each one of you and every living thing. I represent that by humbly saying Namaste. Have a beautiful day today. Thank you for your presence.